What's up, everybody? Welcome to episode 166 of the Clever and Original Podcast. I am one of your hosts, Kayley Misialek. Alongside me, the man with a plan, Jayden Reinhart.
Yeah, I don't know. My life, it's been
quiet.
Since I've started living on my own. Not a lot going on.
Mm-hmm. That's how it is.
Cool. People are like, hey, you want to do stuff? I'm like, I kind of like not doing stuff. There's a certain,
I don't know.
there's a certain thing to just not doing anything.
That's
like
nice.
Sitting around.
And then like the days just kind of meld into one, and it's kind of like
It's a never ending.
Yeah, it doesn't end, and then you just realize all you've done is played Halo for like 4 hours, and you're like, what?
Yeah,
why
I wasted my life.
Like, why did I do
the same
that?
encounter in some kind of turn-based RPG, such as Divinity Original
I took
Sin.
one turn in a Civilization game.
Well, I take turns so fast in that.
It took me 3 hours.
Really?
I'm kidding.
Oh.
No.
Although fucking
That'd be intense. That'd be like end game turn.
when I played with Alex, he would play on the slowest setting.
That's the way to do it.
I fucking hated it.
You don't like it?
You need them.
I played on like one of the.
You need the most realistic simulation. Okay, each day, like each turn in the game is what, like a
like
year?
I don't know.
Yeah, so it takes a year to do it.
A single turn.
It's so fucking.
It's like assign what you want them to do, and you got to wait next year to the next one.
Yeah.
It's so
great.
Oh, so speaking of which, I was reading this thing about this guy, this like chess master who would like in World War II he would play chess with like soldiers through like mail, and I'm just like thinking, God, that's gonna be like terrible.
Imagine
because like that just takes like, okay, I'll just wait like a month maybe, or maybe 2 to 4 weeks or something, and then take my next turn and wait for them to take a turn. That game should probably take a long time.
And then you'd have like really awkward,
probably not a month, but like
you get like really awkward ones where like they send you their move and then they can't actually do that. So you have to send them back like, actually you can't do that, and you have to wait like the same amount of time for another move.
Just to find out that one also cannot be done.
I did that with Battlefield.
Like, are we playing on the same board, or this is what my board looks like? Is that what yours looks like? Because we're supposed to be having the same, pieces and everything.
I did that with Battlefield one time. Or Battleship. That's the one I'm looking for.
Battleship?
Yeah, the one with ships, not the one with fields.
Is Battlefield like Battleship? You're just like A4.
Oh, you missed it. There's no field there.
You shoot your missile and maybe destroy a plant. Or whatever.
I got your cornfield. Take that.
That's a cornfield.
Yeah, for sure. Definitely.
You missed my battleship.
Who needs a battleship when you got? I don't know.
When you've got
a different battleship.
Mind blown.
Never thought of it that way.
A third battleship.
Holy fuck.
Third battleship.
Wait, where's the second battleship?
Who cares? We have a third. All right. So if you haven't listened to us before, we are the Clever and Original Podcast. We talk about comic book movie type stuff, video game type stuff, particularly in that order.
Yeah, that's how it usually goes.
Generally.
So let's get on with some news. Just off the recent release of Iron Fist Season 2, Netflix has canceled Iron Fist. There will be no Season 3 for Danny Rand and the Iron Fist. And in addition to that, it says that I think that Danny Rand will continue, or I think they said the Immortal Iron Fist. They didn't say Danny Rand will live on. And now I would assume that means he's going to be in
like
the other shows. There are rumors that Disney would pick up Iron Fist season 3 for their own streaming service. That new one that they're building out with like exclusive Star Wars shows, and like we had mentioned, I think a week or two ago about like those shows with like Scarlet Witch and like Loki.
Yeah.
And just adding that to the thing. Although I'm not really sure because this is kind of based an R rating, like the other Defenders shows on Netflix, and we're still not. The jury is still out on whether Disney is willing to do that for their streaming service, is to go to let an R-rated thing, since they're generally, pretty family friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, Disney doing an R-rated movie would kind of be like Toys R Us carrying sex toys.
That'd be pretty funny.
It'd be weird. It'd be really fucked up.
I think that's more like NC-17, but sure.
Yeah.
It'd be like if they carried guns. I think.
Sure.
Guns.
Yeah.
Toys R Us
But
with real guns. Just
Yeah, exactly.
Just M14s up on the wall.
just like you can pick,
2 feet off the ground so the kids can reach them.
It's like we have child size.
This one's pink with flowers. Made for adults.
In addition to that, it sounds like Luke Cage will be getting a season 3, and Daredevil will be getting a season 4. It sounds like season 3 of Daredevil is one of the best yet. So, thoughts on Iron Fist Iron Fist cancellation?
I mean, I haven't seen any Iron Fist, so I don't
Yeah.
know. But
Yeah,
I mean, it's still unfortunate, First one of these for that to happen. So
yeah, I think it's really weird because like season 2 was like a lot better than season 1. Like it was going in the right direction, right? Like
yeah.
So it's kind of weird. Also, it's the first of these shows to be canceled.
Yeah.
So yeah.
It kind of makes you wonder, like, I would imagine the reason for cancellation would be something to do with money. Money is generally the motivator.
I would guess.
And so
Well,
maybe the first one
I
didn't
mean,
make, like, even with the second one doing better, maybe it just wasn't good enough. But that kind of makes you wonder, like, how much money do these make? And are they making, like, are every single one of these series, like, a risk?
I mean,
You
I
know?
guess
Like,
like
and
I don't
how
know.
much?
Like Netflix canceled one of their most popular shows in Sense8, because it cost too much.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like
Kinda,
even though like it was a really good show and it had a lot of people watch it, it didn't have enough people watching it to justify the cost, which sucks.
yeah.
Because I really like that show. But I could see the same thing with this, and like they said, he can show up in other things. Like Luke Cage and Iron Fist have a really big history in the comics. They work together in Heroes for Hire. So I would assume he's going to show up a lot in that.
That's what I would say.
It would be weird if he was just gone.
Yeah. It's also interesting to note is that like the whole that Disney might pick this up. Does that mean that the Netflix stuff is connected to the MCU? Because they say that, but it's kind of like J.K. Rowling saying that Dumbledore is gay. You say that, but we don't actually see that.
Yeah, like in
like
Yeah.
like you say it's canon, but like what, like when are we actually gonna see anything like that?
In the story, like relevant at all.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess time will tell.
Also, sorry.
I was gonna say, I think if Disney does pick it up, assuming they're not going to go with our rating still, which is probably the most likely outcome of it, it might become a animated series to be kind of cool.
Yeah.
That's
that'd
kind of
be
what
cool.
Disney's way
that
good
would-
at,
I mean, they do animated shows already on like their Disney XD or whatever channel.
Yeah.
That's like a Disney channel for non preteen girls.
Yeah.
And so, I mean, I don't know. One thing, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, also just another thing on this is like, So far, no one in the Netflix shows have like poofed.
Yeah.
Yeah,
If you know what I
nobody's
mean.
got. And also, like, what the fuck? Like, okay, Infinity War Part 2, or whatever the fuck they're gonna call it, right?
Right.
It's like in the future, right?
Right. Yeah, we'll get to that.
Yeah,
We have
okay.
that story
So,
down
like,
here.
So what? How are they gonna? What are they gonna do? Like, cause there's all these Netflix shows, right? Are they gonna jump forward 5 years?
I wouldn't think so.
Because
But at the same time, you know, right?
like,
If, like
they're gonna have to.
they're gonna have to like if they are in the same universe. Like this is like a universe shaking thing. Like
Yeah.
half of the people in the universe
are
are-
gone.
are dead.
So, like-
well, not dead, but I don't know, gone. So like clearly this would affect them.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Like
yeah, it's too big to not.
Are they happening at the same time though, or are the
Yeah,
TV
according
shows happening
to-
earlier?
yeah, they are. The TV shows take place after the first Avenger film, because in Daredevil season 1 they referenced it with they call it the incident, and then they say, you know, alien. Well, they don't say aliens because they don't want to like
Yeah,
get rid of this gritty, realistic bullcrap.
yeah.
But they're like hellfire coming from the sky or whatever. You know, so. And then Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. definitely takes place after the first Avengers. And I think for the most part has been keeping up. Like, I know I stopped watching it, but like I watched the first 3.5 seasons. And they always had tie-ins with whenever the movie came out as like, you know, they're current with the rest of the series.
Okay. Yeah, that would be kind of. I don't know. I mean, I guess with where Jessica Jones 2 left off, no spoilers, obviously, but that would be like prime real estate for like the snap happening. Because things kind of settle down. A lot of people that are friends are not friends, or at least not hanging out right now. So that would be like the prime time for them to just like disappear and like shit like this would go crazy. Because then you'd also get to see each character acting like independently.
Yeah, I could just see Jessica Jones saying, I don't want to deal with this shit.
Yeah.
Also, who knows if any of those characters, like,
What if Jessica Jones disappeared and then...
so like the only thing that there's only been so far 2, but gonna be 3 shows that happened after Infinity War.
Mhm.
Like Jessica Jones came out in I want to say March.
Yeah, March. Yeah.
Season 2 did, and then Luke Cage in July and Iron Fist in September.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I'm trying to figure out like when.
And so and then now Daredevil is coming out, I think next week actually. Yeah, this coming week. And so that's only 3 series, but at the same time, there's still no reference of it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
It'd be easier to do it if it was Defenders. Like, even if a couple of the actual Defenders are missing. But because they're all there at the same time, like, they'd all be able to experience it at the same time. Instead of seeing it, like, in Jessica Jones and, like, oh, the next episode of Daredevil, like, I already know it's coming, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Be easier if they were all together on the same stage. But I don't know. We'll see, I guess. Marvel's good.
We'll see, or we won't see.
Or we won't.
Maybe
Maybe Marvel just be like, nah,
maybe-
they're not the same universe. We're just kidding.
Well, no, they'll I don't think they'll ever admit to that, because like their whole thing is it's all connected, right?
Right.
And so, you know, that's a great like marketing thing, I guess.
Yeah.
And so you don't want to let your audience believe that they're not in the same universe,
Yeah.
because then, you know, people are like, okay, then why am I watching this?
Right.
Because that's a great way to get people to start watching in the first place.
And then keep watching, like, all of it.
Well, maybe.
Oh,
I don't know. Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. was connected, and I'm like, kind of like, screw that. Like,
Yeah.
I can't keep watching it, forcing myself to watch this.
Yeah.
It had a good season or 2, but, you know.
I think, too, what they're probably waiting for, too, they don't want to, like, come out with a movie, like it happens, right? Half the people in the world die or in the universe die or whatever. They don't want to like then immediately come out with a season that plays off of that, because that would almost be a spoiler. I don't know how long you can wait before it's not a spoiler anymore, but waiting long enough. I mean, I feel like if they did it like now, would be fine. Yeah, because it's everyone knows at this point. Like we're saying it on the podcast, not saying spoiler. The chances of anyone getting upset because they haven't seen it, pretty slim. So I think now is not the marking, but we're certainly after the point. Mm-hmm. But perhaps that's why they haven't done anything yet.
Yeah. But, I mean, who knows? I guess Iron Fist was taken out by the snap.
Oh, fuck you.
Bada bing.
All right. So I think that's it for Iron Fist, right? Netflix stuff. Okay, let's move on. James Gunn is reportedly switching sides, going to DC, and rumor has it he's writing and directing the sequel to Suicide Squad.
All right, so it's, I mean, hopefully it's not trash then.
Sounds like you got deranked. He lost that match in Overwatch and it went from like gold to silver, and it's like
the report also
took
says
that L pretty hard, huh?
It looks like the report also says that it might not actually be a sequel, just an entire reimagining of them.
Oh my god.
But,
I hope Harley still has a baseball bat and no powers, and is just useless in comedy.
I just hope.
I hope all of them are uninteresting except for the one guy that dies.
Like the only one you're like, wow, I kind of feel for that guy. Nope, he's
dead.
Out. It's like
just like,
your reason for actually caring about this. Boom, we got rid of it.
Yeah, that movie was. I'm trying to think back to it. This random chick who's like, who turns into this like giant demon thing.
Yeah.
It's just like I want to kill everything because I'm.
Oh, that's what that movie was about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was bad.
Yeah. That was really bad. I feel like he was like his director,
really
right?
Bad. Oh my god, that was awful.
So he's like he's director and he's doing a really good job, and then shit hits the fan, and they're like, all right, well now you're basically on janitorial duty. This like shit pile over here, you gotta clean that up. There you go. That's
just like, oh, what Gun? Like, hey,
we'll be back in a year to check on you.
You said these very messed up things. Here, go over to the kiddie table.
Get to play with these kids now.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't have to, right? I mean,
right.
Maybe he wants to, or maybe it's just like sort of like a sort of like a vengeance sort of thing. Maybe, I don't know. Like, fuck you, Marvel. I'm gonna work for your competitor.
Not much competition, but
but anyway, yeah. So I mean, James Gunn is good. So like, I mean, he made Guardians of the Galaxy great, right?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So I mean,
so it's possible. Like, I mean. But man, that movie was bad.
Yeah. Oh, God. I can't even believe I forgot most of the movie because like I just didn't want to think about it.
Well, look at it this way. The very worst, if he comes out and does like a Fantastic Four, at least we'll think the other one was better. We'll be like, you know what? It wasn't that bad compared to James Gunn's rendition. Because that's what they did with Fantastic Four, right? They came out with the other like shit pile. It's like, oh, well, the earlier ones were like 50%. This is like a 15%. So that one's like really good now.
What was Fantastic
in comparison,
Four's Rotten Tomatoes?
It was very low.
It was very low.
It was. I don't remember.
It was definitely worse than the original like movies that came out with, where they're in a space station.
Yeah, it says. I like how the Wikipedia says Fantastic Four stylized Fant Four stick.
Fant Four stick.
Fant Four stick.
What's with the thing with like people are replacing like letters with numbers. Like, I get that's like a thing on the internet, but like leave it on the internet.
Yeah, right. Like when I think of
Like-
replacing
Like,
letters,
don't do that in a movie or like your ad campaign or whatever.
when I think about replacing letters with numbers, I think of that like 4-year-old with the gamer tag, like lowercase x, capital X, 360 no scope, and like the O is a 0 in no scope.
Yeah.
And it's like, ugh.
Suicide Squad with the D as like a 2 or something. Some bullshit.
Yeah.
No, okay, yeah, Fan 4 Stick holds a 9% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Yeah,
that's
That was real bad. That's what I'm saying. Like maybe if James Gunn like just instead of cleaning up the shit that he's told to clean up, he just takes a bigger shit on top of it. At least he'll diminish the size of the previous.
I don't know
shit.
if
I
don't know if
can you, though?
yeah.
Like, that was a really bad movie.
You can always lose harder. It is never believe in yourself, and you can always lose harder than you've lost.
Well, I guess because, you know,
Try.
he's more... Like, I don't remember who directed Suicide Squad.
I don't know.
I don't either. No idea.
But, like, you know,
Don't wanna know.
because James Gunn directed Guardians, you know, if he took a shit with Suicide Squad 2, you know, I think I would notice more. And so that would
Yeah.
make the first one not as, you know, I don't know. How would it make it not as, I mean, by theory of relativity, I guess.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's relatively better.
I mean, maybe. It has the potential to be better.
But I doubt it. I mean, James Gunn is kind of good.
Yeah.
I don't know. It depends.
I mean, they're going to get Guardians of the Galaxy, like you said. But we'll have to see. This
Yeah.
isn't Marvel anymore,
I
he's
thought
in
Mel
DC
Gibson
now.
was directing this, so
Yeah.
I remember talking about that on this podcast.
The question is...
Unless James Gunn is Mel Gibson.
The question
James
is...
Gunn didn't say anything nearly as bad as Mel Gibson.
That is true. I wasn't making that sort of reference, but
Yeah.
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 Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I also feel like
Yeah.
him moving from Marvel to DC is like...
Well,
a
Joss
chef-
Whedon did that.
Hmm?
Joss Whedon kind of did that.
What do you do for DC?
Well,
I
he was
remember.
supposed to write and direct Batgirl,
Yeah.
Okay.
and then he did the reshoots for Justice League.
Oh, right.
And then everyone was like, "Screw that," and he left DC.
Well, yeah, but I feel like in comparison, it'd be like giving ingredients to a chef, the Marvel ingredients. But then you switch over to DC, so you take away these good, fresh ingredients and you give them like the shit that you bought at like the dollar store.
Yeah.
Like, here you
Oh
go.
my
You have to make
God.
the same meal, but you got like way worse ingredients. Like, that's him moving to DC.
Yeah.
So it's not just his directing ability, but it's also the DC universe and where it's at right now. There's been like a total of maybe 2 good DC movies in the past while.
Yeah, Wonder
Woman
Woman
being one of them.
definitely is like definitely the. It's definitely the best.
Yeah,
one.
yeah.
Like there's
Out of
nothing
all
better
of
than
DC's
that.
done recently.
I don't know. Maybe you could say Man of Steel.
I didn't like Man of Steel.
Yeah, but
but
like I mean,
I
at
did.
least it wasn't like
It
as
wasn't like-
as bad as like Martha.
It wasn't terrible. Is
yeah.
the thing. It
I don't know.
wasn't.
Just yeah, it was probably the second best in my opinion,
Mhm.
which isn't saying much.
No.
No, but still.
But yeah. We'll see. James Gunn.
Yeah,
We
I
just
mean,
gave you a shit job with shit ingredients. You
Uh,
gotta make a meal.
I mean, I don't think that's fair to DC. You know, they've got Superman, Batman are all. Batman has done really well in the past, you know, and stuff. I mean, Suicide Squad maybe is not the best, but I don't know. Guardians weren't either, so no one knew who they were. But I don't know. Marvel, anything
guess.
Marvel touches basically turns to gold.
Maybe that's
so-
the issue. Maybe Marvel's taking like unknown characters and like doing it that way and making them their own thing, and DC keeps taking these well-known characters, and that's their issue.
I
Because then
think
people
they.
have high
I don't think so.
expectations. and-
I don't know.
I think they just aren't doing
That's
it
just a
right.
theory. I don't know. Probably not.
Maybe like Marvel's just taking these like demonic powers, right? And like stealing the life force from DC
Oh, that's
to
gotta be
create like massively big and
And
good films.
They're storing this power in like life batteries. And whenever they need to make a new movie, they just take some of that power. It's like, bam.
Yeah,
new
and then
movie.
every once in a while, Slade will come and be like, "Hey, Kevin, Kevin Feige, like time to pay up, like I need you to kill this person."
And that's why celebrities die. We figured it out.
Yep, we did it.
This is all related to the Illuminati.
It is.
Exactly.
For sure. And the
It
cloud
is.
people.
And the horse people.
Yeah.
They're everywhere.
Yeah, fucking lizards.
Goddamn lizards.
Mm-hmm.
All right, moving on. Let's get back to Avengers 4. Reports are that it is going to take place 5 years after Avengers Infinity War.
I know what's going to happen. All right. Prediction. Whatever they're doing, they're going to use the combination, or they're going to use the gauntlet, right? And they're going to reverse time and get everyone back.
Mm-hmm.
Except that some shit's going to go down. You know how like Thanos had to kill Gamora in order to get the Soul Stone.
Yeah.
right?
Oh, spoilers for
Well, I mean,
Infinity
yeah,
War.
it's
If
fu-
you haven't,
yeah. Yeah, this was a while ago.
If you're a real fan, you would have seen it already,
It was
bitch.
5 months ago.
Yeah, I mean we've talked about it.
Yeah.
But yeah.
So they're gonna have to do something where like I think they're gonna have to either they're gonna like several people are just gonna die in the process of getting it, or they're gonna have to sacrifice people to get somehow to get it.
To get the gauntlet, or to get time to go back.
To use the gauntlet in that way.
Huh. Well, okay, it should be interesting, right? Because
Yeah.
the gauntlet is just basically destroyed after the snap, right? So I'm just curious, what if, also spoilers for Ant-Man and the Wasp. Ant-Man is, in the quantum realm.
Yep.
Okay. I don't know. The way I'm seeing this is, somehow, Ant-Man is going to go back in time, right? Accidentally, right? To, 2012 Avengers and stuff. And, okay, never mind. I was going to say, somehow, but then I'm how do the Avengers get back in time?
Yeah.
Or what if he goes back in time and warns them?
But
yeah, but then,
I mean that's possible, but yeah, I think they go back in time and somehow steal the gauntlet. Maybe they have each remake a new one.
make one for them.
Make them, yeah.
Make one.
And they get the stones first.
Before Nidavellir is Nidavellir is
fucked up
and everything, and
I can see that.
and then then they fight Thanos, and some people die in the process and get the stones, and
Or it could be a redemption story. That'd be kind of the obvious
well,
route, right? But a bunch of them are dead, and a bunch of them are sad, I don't want to do superhero
someone's
stuff anymore. But the one guy's yeah, let's do it. We can do it. And it's a montage, and they do it.
Someone was this is the first time the Avengers are gonna be actually avenging something.
Yeah.
That's true. Generally, they just strike first.
Yeah, they just
Well,
fuck.
they prevent it.
They
from
just fuck
happening,
up. They just fuck everybody up. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I think it's it's the OG crew.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
And a few others. So
OG crew plus Rocket.
And I mean, War Machine is still there. Okay, so we've got the OG crew, which for some reason Hawkeye isn't in there. I hope he's awesome in this next one.
Yeah, he better
He
be
better
a
be
he better be a fucking badass
Yeah.
in this, just destroying people.
So yeah, we got the OG crew. We got Rocket. We've got Ant-Man.
Yeah.
We've got Captain Marvel, assumingly.
Yeah.
And then we've got War Machine.
Rocket.
Yeah. Who else?
Nebula.
No, yeah, Nebula.
Nebula's
right?
around.
She was with Iron Man at
She's
the
with
end
Iron
of
Man.
Left on Titan. Which I'm curious. See, this is the thing with it taking place 5 years after. I'm
How do they get back?
how do they get back?
What happened?
What happened?
Yeah, what if
Immediately
Iron
after?
Man isn't on Earth? What if
That'd
he
be
doesn't go
insane.
back?
Like
to
he's
Earth?
still on Titan.
No, what if he's just in space doing
somewhere.
things?
Yeah, like
and,
Nebula and him went off. and
Yeah.
did
Thoring it up or
something.
hulking it up.
Yeah, just like doing shit and like trying
his
to
own
figure
adventure.
out how to fix all of this. That's something he would do.
And then they find
Like-
him, and he's like, "Guys, I gotta
Also,
figure it out."
Like his character, he would do that.
Yeah.
Right, yeah.
He would be like, all right, like I fucked this up, right?
Yeah. Like I'm just
I
like
fucked this
curious.
up.
Like
so like
he's got to be like going through some really mental crap because like Iron Man 3, right after the first Avengers, you know, he's really fucked up over what happened, and like now all of his like darkest, like worst fears have come true.
Yeah.
And he's all alone in space. I mean, there's Nebula, but he doesn't even know her.
Yeah.
Um,
He's all alone, and everyone who was with him died.
yeah, and he
Spider-Man
failed.
died, and he failed.
Yeah.
And he doesn't know that 50% of everyone died,
Well,
right?
Well, I think he knows that.
Does he?
Like that was the whole point. Like I mean,
They
like
told him.
they kind of mentioned that.
Yeah.
Like
Oh,
once he gets us, he
Yeah,
can like
yeah.
wipe out half the universe.
okay.
Yeah.
I guess
and
it's
so-
kind of big news at the time.
Yeah, that's why. Like,
If he
because
wins.
Hulk comes in and he's like, Thanos. He can destroys half the people, and if he gets all the Infinity Stones, which I need to watch that again, but yeah. Should be interesting to see. Also interesting to see how Rocket interacts with people.
Yeah.
Simply because there is, I guess Thor is the only person he knows.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it'll be 5 years later, so they would have
Well,
had some time.
right,
Yeah.
but like,
They would have had some time,
yeah. I would assume, I'm going to assume there's gonna be a scene, right?
Yeah.
Like at the very beginning of the film, that like takes place right after the end of Infinity War.
Yeah.
And then they're gonna like jump forward to
yeah.
5 years into the future.
I wonder how long this one's gonna be. If it's gonna also be, it's probably gonna be about.
It's probably gonna be 2.5. That seems to be like the Avengers time frame.
Yeah, it's like 2.5 hours.
How long was Infinity War?
It was a little more than 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I remember this one being extra long.
I mean, this is kind of like a 5-hour film, right? Because this is kind of an extension of it.
Yeah.
Although that was a complete film.
Right.
I don't know. People were saying like, "Oh, so there's another film," and it's like, yeah, but that's a film.
It's same story, but
149 minutes.
Okay.
So,
What for
the
Infinity
first one?
War?
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So that's what?
An
That's
hour. That's an
two-
hour. That's two and a half hours. A
hours.
little like basically 2.5 hours. Yeah.
right. Yeah.
So probably similar, 2.5 hours.
Thanos will return.
We will.
Yeah.
Thanos will come.
I'd be like, yo, what's up? I'm purple.
Also, speaking of which, I'm curious to see like, does that actually like work? Because at the end of each like film, they're like, this character will return.
Yeah.
Like main character will return.
Yeah. It's like, of course, that person's gonna be back.
Also, what happens with the characters who die? Captain America will not return. I mean, I don't know if that's actually.
What if they did that at the start of the movie? Like just played through like all the names of the people who we know who died.
Yeah.
It's like they'll never return.
Also, I'm curious to see like, is this like putting like this timey-wimey stuff, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is it like just like going into an alternate like timeline?
I don't. Maybe.
Questions. A lot of questions. Oh yeah, but speaking of which, the stuff that happens after in Avengers 4, reports are that Ryan Coogler is coming back to write and direct Black Panther 2. And then it sounds like Doctor Strange 2 will be filming sometime this year.
Cool.
So yeah.
2 heroes that we've all been
Yeah. I'm excited for that.
enjoying
Yeah.
so far, I'd imagine. Good stuff.
Yeah, so I think that does it for the Avengers stuff, right? Unless we have more
Yeah.
to say.
I think so.
I mean, I probably could go on.
I mean, confirmed Doctor Strange comes back now, I guess.
Well, I mean,
Anyone who doesn't
I
have
mean,
a contract up is confirmed to be coming back.
I mean, well, like we knew Spider-Man was coming back.
Right, Spider-Man,
right?
because he just started. There's no way they would just like.
Yeah, I mean, I'm curious to see if anybody who got lost in the snap doesn't come back.
Mm-hmm.
I think the people who will die in this next one are definitely gonna die.
For
like
sure.
for good.
Well, if they're dead at part 2, like there's no part 3.
I mean, well, they've shown
Maybe.
that they can like undo it with time. In fact, that's all they've ever used the time stone for, is to reverse death.
Yeah.
And I guess they did one other thing. And like in Doctor Strange, like Wong is dead, and then he uses the time stone to reverse it, and then Wong's to save the day. And then in Infinity War, Thanos uses it to bring back Vision, just to kill him again. God,
Yeah.
poor
Take
guy.
his stone, yeah.
Poor guy gets killed, gets brought back to life just to be killed again.
Died twice. He's the only one who died twice. That's pretty shit luck.
Yeah. Also, how does speaking of which, doesn't what's his name? Oh god, Dormammu.
Yeah.
Like, shouldn't he be like invading Earth now because Doctor Strange is gone,
Yeah.
right? I guess
Yeah.
Wong is there to protect.
Yeah, but
But like that leaves this dimension like very vulnerable from like an attack from Dormammu.
Yeah, it wasn't the one reason he wasn't attacking.
Yeah,
because
he
he had
was
the
like-
time stone.
Well, like even in Infinity
fucking-
War, he's like Mark Ruffalo, like, where are you going? No one's watching The Sanctum.
yeah.
Like, screw this. I don't care about Thanos. Someone
You
needs
gotta
to
watch
protect
this.
out from Dormammu.
Yeah.
Dormammu, he's probably worse.
Yeah, Thanos swoops in, kills half the people. Dormammu shows up,
Comes
finishes
up
the
5
job.
years later, you're actually in the what is it, the negative realm or whatever they
and
called it.
Yeah, whatever the fuck it was.
Maybe it was the dark realm. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah, Dormammu is like the god king.
Dormammu was like, shit, well, that was easy. Thanks, Thanos. Kills Thanos.
Turns out Dormammu is actually the main villain of Avengers 4.
Damn. Mind blown.
All right, let's move on. Sony has Venom come out recently.
Mm-hmm.
It's been top of the box office for the first 2 weeks.
Mm-hmm.
And now it is confirmed by producers Avi Arad and Matt Tolmach that the next spin-off film going forward will be Morbius, which they hope to begin filming in February. And also Jared Leto is attached to star in the film. So,
All right.
thoughts
I
on
mean,
that?
as if enough people like these, I still need to see Venom, so I'm not
Morbius. He's the...
trying to remember which character. I feel like I should know who this is.
I mean, he's not like
Morbius,
super main
Morbius.
Spider-Man villain.
Hold on,
Like,
I
the
gotta-
main ones are
he's
like
kind of
Scorpion,
like a-
Rhino, Mysterio. Venom.
Yeah, the ones
Oh, the
based
vampire.
off,
Yeah, I know. Yeah.
That- who it is?
Yeah. They're like the ones based off
Oh,
of
okay.
creatures.
Okay, yep.
Mhm.
I kind of know who this is. Then.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, vampires, but not like the Twilight vampires. These ones don't sparkle. Hopefully, if they do, I'm gonna fucking, I don't know, do something violent.
Do something violent, Jay.
Yeah, I will. I'm a very violent person.
Yeah.
Type.
But yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, Morbius.
yeah, cool.
The living vampire scientist named Dr. Michael Morbius, PhD, MD, is a fictional character appearing in American comic books published by Marvel Comics, created by... Okay, where's like...
Yeah. Thanks, Jay.
That about does it. Yeah.
He's a vampire.
Yeah.
He's a vamp. He's a skidtist.
Goodness. Okay. Yeah, and they also talked about if they would do R-rated and they, are very vague on it. Of course, they didn't do Venom R-rated. They did PG-13, which probably was a mistake in my opinion.
Yeah. It sounds like if Batman actually got the powers of a bat.
Okay.
Is like what this is. And he wasn't rich. Well, I don't know. Maybe he is rich because he's also a scientist. But like it talks like he...
An evil skintist.
Yeah. Talks about he has...
Skintist.
For powers, he has like strength, speed,
the base.
echolocation.
Oh, okay. So bat
night vision.
Shit.
Yeah.
So
he's like vampires are like bats. And Batman is not like bats.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Can also heal like...
also, Spider-Man is not a spider.
It's true.
That's
Spider-Ham.
He's not Spider.
Is a spider.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
Spider-Ham is a spider. He may look like a pig, but he's actually a spider.
Yeah.
Fun fact.
Right about that.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, I mean, if Venom does well, keep doing it.
Yeah.
I'm not against new ideas. I
am against new ideas.
Yeah.
I think everything should just be stuff that I want.
Only Captain America all the time.
And they should only limit themselves to a few films per year. One film per
One
year.
film in January.
Yeah.
You have to wait a whole year for the next Captain America film. No other characters.
Well, actually, we'll probably have to wait like decades before. Well, maybe not. Before the next
multiple years.
Captain America.
Captain America.
It'll be a while.
There's a lot of characters.
It's probably
now.
going to be somebody else too.
That's the
it'll be like
that's the
there'll be
downside
a new person picking up the mantle for whatever reason.
Captain America, the Winter Soldier. Oh wait, that already exists. The Winter Soldier, Captain America.
Switch it around. They won't notice.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the downside of Marvel doing so well with all these new guys, is that there's so many people.
Hey, and
if you're like a big fan of one guy,
also,
you gotta wait.
like, I mean, I don't know, villains historically haven't done well in films.
Right. Well, because they're not relatable most of the time, and they're not supposed to be. It's supposed to be evil.
Suicide Squad. Catwoman is kind of a villain.
Yeah, kinda. Wasn't very good.
The
good villains are the ones that star in hero movies. Green Goblin, Joker.
Yeah, I mean, because they've got
Green Goblin only because of the actor's face, though.
Because like you're not seeing it as
scary
them, right? You're seeing it as like through the lens of Spider-Man.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And he's like saving the day.
He's like, yeah.
Because he's like a good guy,
He's like a good
guy. I mean, when it's not like a hero that's just insane, like, for example, well, they are doing a Joker one, right?
All the DC villains.
Yeah, like they're just
Villains,
insane.
I should say.
Like they're mad with power, or they have an actual like mental thing.
And
that's not really
and
interesting.
Marvel villains, actually.
Yeah.
Marvel has been pretty
time,
bad villains.
But when it's like getting back at someone, like Sandman in Spider-Man 3, the best Spider-Man movie of all time.
Clearly.
Really good. No, maybe not. But no,
really good.
The relation being Sandman, he's like the evil guy, right? You're one of the villains, but he's like getting revenge for something that happened to him. Like he's a normal guy, so he's more relatable than Joker, who's just mental.
Yeah.
Right.
So if you do those kind of villain movies where it's like they're human and their whole family died in a tragic flower pot incident and now he hates flowers, like, cool, that's awesome, because I can relate to that. Flowers suck. But,
yeah.
All
right, so Morbius, the next Sony spinoff. All right. Moving on. That does it for video game type stuff this week. Not video game, movie type stuff this week. A lot of news. Getting on to some video game type stuff. Reports are that Microsoft is close to purchasing Obsidian.
Fuck yeah. I am happy about this, actually. I am very happy.
The reports are, according to Kotaku, it was like 90% finished. It's not a matter of when. It's a matter of when, not if, it says. And they are best known for working on Knights of the Old Republic 2 and Fallout New Vegas.
I'm super excited about this because that means that they're probably gonna have some like Xbox like exclusive RPGs, stuff like that coming, right?
Right.
And at the moment, I think like sure there are like Xbox definitely has less exclusives than PS4, and there are good exclusives that come out, but like they're not like they aren't doing the same types of games usually. Like the big Xbox exclusives are like Forza games and Halo and Gears of War. You know, and Quantum Break was an exclusive, and so was Sunset Overdrive, but neither of those were like super big.
They didn't take off.
Yeah, they weren't super big splashes like God of War from PS4, Horizon Zero Dawn, or Persona 5. Stuff like that, like Spider-Man,
Yeah.
like that, like it's a bit weird that like almost all of the exclusives on one platform are like single-player, story-driven games, and all of them on the other platform are not really.
Yeah,
are not
Like,
single-player stories.
like they have stories, but that's not why
like,
the game exists.
Yeah, that's not the primary purpose of the game.
Yeah,
like Not to say that like Gears 4 and Halo 5 didn't have campaigns worth playing.
Right.
It's like,
but once you beat that, like it's all multiplayer.
Yeah.
And they're not long campaigns or really like the most engaging. They're fine, but they're not excellent.
And so I would hope with this is that they're gonna put out some like not just like because something that I have sort of a problem with PS4 exclusives right now is it's all kind of samey, as in like they're all like. Not all of them, but like God of War, Horizon Zero Dawn, Uncharted, Last of Us, all third-person action games. That's what they make,
Yeah.
None of like Horizon Zero Dawn's a third-person action game. It's also an RPG, but I've kind of sort of an RPG, not like 100%, but. So yeah, hopefully we'll get some cool stuff with that.
Yeah, and it's it seems to be adding on top of Microsoft's big shopping list with their purchases of four game studios earlier this year that they announced at E3 with Playground and Ninja Theory, etc. So yeah, it looks like they're trying to diversify their portfolio, add a bunch of story-driven and like I guess different things that aren't like shooters, basically. So yeah, that is cool, and we'll let you know when it officially happens. Moving on to the next story, Microsoft announces a game streaming service. They are going into streaming video games with Project X Cloud. Promises to stream Xbox One games across computers, phones, and tablets. They say they are currently testing out Project X Cloud and plan to open the test to the public next year. And they are hoping to do it, stream the games without any additional work, and to try and solve the latency problem with streaming, as well as create, quote, a new game-specific touch input overlay, end quote, for controller-free playing. So thoughts on this streaming service that Xbox?
I imagine this was going to happen eventually. It's kind of interesting that they're talking about it so soon.
Yeah.
I mean, you
guess
need
it's like a year out at least.
Yeah. You need obviously you're going to need like a very good internet connection in order for this to like work.
Yeah, if they're getting rid of latency like they're talking about.
Yeah, like you're not going to be able to get by with some kind of shitty internet.
Or the latency will be gone, but it'll just be like buffering all the time.
Yeah.
It should suck.
I'm interested to see how they would figure out like touchscreen controls for that.
Yeah, touchscreen controls are terrible. So
Yeah.
I've never used ones that are good for games that aren't just like that. Just makes sense for it, like card games. Yeah,
Angry
touch
Birds.
makes sense.
I could see it
Angry
with like
Birds.
a RTS.
RTS that could kind of
like
work with
highlights,
multi-touch.
like,
and,
yeah.
But like, I don't know, for most games, not that great.
Yeah.
But yeah, interesting. I expect we'll hear about it in the future, like at E3s and whatnot. But we'll see. It was announced in a blog post, so nothing too big
Nothing
or
too big,
serious.
yeah.
But sounds like just more of like a, hey, this is something we're working on. Moving on, some news that PlayStation gamers have wanted for a long time. You can now, they're now introducing a way to change your PSN ID.
Is it actually? It's actually happening, huh?
It's going to be happening in a software beta in the PlayStation Preview program. So people who are registered in that as testers for that, the first change is free, and every change after that will cost $9.99 US. And then
So
yeah.
Why do consoles make you pay to change your name?
I don't know, because it doesn't actually take anything.
It takes literally nothing.
Yeah, it's nothing.
On
but-
Steam, you're like, a lot of my friends get a new name every day.
Yeah.
And the only reason I can tell them apart from someone else is because their profile picture stays the same.
Yeah.
And you
Just
can do that in games like...
just because they can, basically, they can.
You can do that in games
for
where
it.
like, you
know.
can make like a costume for
Yeah.
yourself. You'll like role play
Yeah.
as a character. Like, oh, let's all be people from Scooby-Doo. And you like,
Yeah.
you know,
Right.
you do that kind of stuff. But, I mean, why
But like
$10?
I don't know.
Jesus.
Do you need you need a unique name, right, for these things?
Yeah.
Um,
For these, yeah. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's to like discourage people from changing their name.
But why?
I mean, I don't know. It's like, I think you should be able to change.
I don't
it.
think it's a big deal.
I agree.
Just go the route that Blizzard does, and anyone can have the same name as each other. You have a number that's also attached to your.
Yeah, that'd be the way to do it for
That
sure.
makes so much more sense.
Steam has
That's-
like a hidden ID thing you can find.
Yeah,
that
and I think
actually
I mean
tells you apart.
Xbox has the hidden ID
Yeah.
thing, and
Yeah.
that's why they
So
can
what the fuck?
change. PlayStation for some reason I don't think.
Yeah,
had that.
PlayStation. From what I was like reading about why it's taken so long. It's because whoever designed that was like that was like a bafflingly stupid decision. Like when they were like putting it together, like their name is like tied to the account in a way that's like was apparently incredibly difficult.
Like
for them to
instead
do
of having
anything.
like a code number to identify this account.
That's
as
so much
This
smarter.
account,
yeah,
like the name was.
the name was the thing.
I think
yeah,
that's what it
so-
was.
something like that. Yeah, and it was.
I mean, if you really want to discourage people from changing the name all the time, just make it so it's one of those stupid like
You can only do
you want
the-
to change your name and you change your name. It's like, oh, we send you an email. You have to go confirm your email. Now type in a password. Now, which one of these is a car? It's like, okay. Like, do that shit. Because people will fucking hate it and they'll stop.
Or I don't know,
only-
just have it like you can only change your name a certain amount of times in like a day, or
Yeah.
like a week, or like a month.
Like,
I
if
don't
that's
know.
a big deal. Like, like 3 times a day.
yeah,
Big deal. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's not like it takes up a ton of memory.
I don't know. Yeah,
It's
I
dumb.
like you
I
said
hate
with
it.
like Blizzard and Steam. It's like
Yeah,
I think I don't know, for some reason it's like I think it's something that has to do with the unique ID.
yeah,
I mean,
Like
it makes sense.
that's why you see like a bunch of people with numbers and X's in their name.
It
Yeah.
makes sense that would be why it's
Yeah.
difficult for them to do it, but it's dumb that it's like that in the first place.
yeah. I mean, you can like I don't know if they'll ever be able to do this because PSN and gamer tags are carried over from like PS3 and Xbox 360. They're just
And
carried.
Xbox original.
Yeah, they're carried forward. So I don't know if that would be the do it, but just do it like Blizzard does, where you have your name and you have a number afterwards, and then like that's how you are identified.
Yeah.
You know, like you're not like
I mean, I can't imagine it'd be that hard to like get your old profile, get that name, make that your name, but then at the same time it'll generate like a brand new number that they've never had, and then that would be coded in their system. Like maybe on launch it would be a lot for their servers to deal with, maybe, I guess. I don't know. I don't know. I just,
Yeah.
we pay these people to be smart and program cool stuff, and sometimes it just doesn't work out like that.
I mean, you don't have to change your name.
You don't have to. Well, yeah. I'm keeping my PSN name.
I'm right. I don't have an issue either. I'm just... It seems like a small thing to make someone pay $10 for.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. So that does it for the news this week. Let's get on to the juice.
Juice. Juice.
So I spell it.
Mm-hmm.
So, rumors are that the Fable game might be in the works. So what dead franchise is the question that we want resurrected from the dead?
All right, like the franchise isn't dead, but I want another game like Sonic Adventure 2 Battle.
Yes.
Like, just make a new one that I can play, so that I can raise those little monsters. That's all I give a fuck. I don't care about anything.
Speaking,
that's all I want to do.
Since you mentioned that,
I don't want to do anything else.
I think it was the Twitter. They put a poll on what you would like what old game mode would you like?
Yeah.
And Cat Chow's was like
number one.
one.
Yeah, that was the best part of that. You know how many
version.
fucking times I ran because you could get like like a fuck ton of coins easy, or rings. I mean, like escape from like the city escape.
Yep.
Just running that over and over again.
Mm-hmm.
I played that probably hundreds of times, just grinding it for money.
Yeah, I can get like 300 some. I think I might have mentioned this even last week, where like I just like kept doing it. But yeah.
And then you can even unlock the hell and the heaven for the
right. Yeah. That's awesome.
Yeah. You go in there to shadow and throw them at the fucking wall.
Well, yeah,
Abuse
it's like
the shit out of
like
them as shadow.
if you want them to go like I think that was like a whole. You're supposed to like care for your child, and then if you're like a good guy, they'll go up to heaven. If you're a bad guy, they'll go down to hell. Or you could just do the opposite. You could choose a good guy and just throw it the fuck around, and then I'll go to hell. And that actually happens a lot faster.
It was perfect. Yeah. But yeah, that I it's not a dead franchise, but I want that, and I think we could, like, if the Fable rumors are true, that would be kind of my number one. Because except Fable 3 I didn't like, but like I would imagine it's been so long, completely different team probably, so.
Right. Well, they closed Lionhead.
Yeah, they closed Lionhead, so it would be somebody else.
Yeah. I like the Sonic Adventure idea. Everyone's asking for Sonic Adventure 3, but that's never happening according to the Sonic team. But
why?
Why? I don't know.
That's what the people want. Got it.
Right, exactly. But mine would probably be like, I guess it's weird, right? Because like you got like IPs like Star Wars and Mario and stuff, and like they're still around, but like there's like Battlefront back in the day is not the same Battlefront, right?
Yeah.
And so mine would be it's more recent, but the studio that made it doesn't exist anymore, and they never picked up on the franchise after it. But the Transformers War for Cybertron series, it was a third-person shooting game that was based on like a prequel to like the Generation 1 Transformers cartoon, and based on Cybertron and everything. I love like the art style. The gameplay was great. Both Transformers War for Cybertron and Fall of Cybertron both had like 90% like from like major critic outlets and everything. It was really good games, and like I just want more of that. And I don't want these Transformer games that are just like the fucking movies. And I want War for Cybertron again because I really like that game.
Yeah.
Those games. So that's a franchise I would want back. Another one would probably be Kingdom Hearts 3. Or Kingdom Hearts. But, I guess it's not technically dead yet, but like it's been 12 years since Kingdom Hearts 2.
Jesus. Yeah.
And Fusion Frenzy.
Yeah, bring Fusion Frenzy back. Fuck yeah.
Yeah, those are mine. War for Cybertron.
Yeah, I don't know. I've said it on the podcast before. My like childhood games growing up was Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, and those are both getting remastered.
Yep.
So I can't really choose those for this list.
They already. Well, I mean, they're just remasters.
Yeah,
they're not like
new
new
games.
That's true. It'd be cool if they made new ones for sure. I know Spyro did for a while. Kept getting new games, but it definitely like started tapering off. Like interest in Spyro dropped. But it'd be cool to bring back like the old kind of platforms, like precision platformers like that, like Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, and I'm sure there are
I think the
others, too.
problem there is that I guess it would be the same with all these franchises, really, but like it'd be different studios.
Yeah, it'd be different. But
Oh, for sure. I mean, that's fine. You know.
Yeah.
I don't know. Most of the time, like I don't know. I kind of like new things more than just doing the old stuff.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you just.
Even though I treasure Crash Bandicoot and Spyro, like I feel like if they just brought it back and made new games, it would get old eventually. You know,
Well, it depends what they do with it. You know?
right?
Like
Yeah,
I
that's
said.
true. It could
Yeah.
do something entirely different. Oh, Crash Team Racing! I had a ton of fun with
Yeah.
that game.
Yeah, that was
Yeah.
good.
That game
Yeah,
was fun.
I remember like Ripperoo and all that, and oh man,
Great
it was a
stuff.
great time.
Yeah.
Bring that back.
I guess the rumor is true, by the way.
For Fable.
The rumor
Yeah,
come out.
Fable 4, like, it exists. And people are it's like almost definite that it's being made by Playground Games, which is a little odd, actually.
Yeah, because they
Playground
made
Games, they make
like
Forza Horizon.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, Forza Horizon 4
the
just came out,
racing,
actually.
open
Yeah.
world games, yeah.
Yeah, because they put up a bunch of shit on LinkedIn looking for new employees, and they're looking for 177 new employees for an unannounced AAA open world RPG.
Cool.
Jeez.
Yeah, so
I mean,
Maybe I
coming
should
right
apply
after.
there.
Yeah,
they're looking
although
for
probably not game
they're looking
developer.
for audio designers, producers, character artists,
yeah,
environmental
none of those.
artists.
I could not do any of those.
Yeah, I mean, hey.
I'll just like fake an application and get in, and then find out the rumors and then quit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Nah. I don't have most of those skills. They would find out pretty quick.
sure
Like,
there's
oh,
a-
you're an artist. Draw me something.
I'm
I'd
sure
be
there's
like,
a non-disclosure.
Yeah,
agreement
they're
or
almost- there's-
something that
yeah,
they would
there's
sue
always-
you over.
There's always those things.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I mean that's great, you know. I'll be probably like 3 years from now that'll be popping off, right? It's usually about how long it takes for that sort of thing.
Mhm.
3-4 years.
Yeah, I like a lot of these stuff like we had mentioned Microsoft buying Obsidian, and like they
Yeah.
also bought like Ninja Theory.
Yeah, they bought
Playground and
Ninja
everything.
Theory. They bought
Playground.
yeah.
What was it? The studio that made
Um,
We Happy Few. I don't remember their name.
yeah.
But yeah, and like so like a lot of these new games won't be coming out anytime soon.
Mhm.
It seems like they'll have a lot of new games for when the next Xbox comes out.
Yeah. So like we're kind of basically what you were saying. Like seems like they're just stacking the launch of what the next console. You know,
Mm-hmm.
basically like coming out with like I think Halo Infinite is the
A launch game
Is
for
it-
the next
Yeah,
one.
I think it
Or
might be.
next, maybe not launch, but definitely on the next
Yeah.
Xbox.
Well, it could be launch. I mean, they've been working on it for. This would be 3 years now,
Yep.
right? So, and if they do, how long? It took 3 years from. Well, it could be
They
a
do
launch game,
3
or
year- they've
it
been-
could be a final Xbox One game. But
that is true.
but I think it'd be better as a it actually would probably be a better idea for them to have
Launch.
have a new Halo game as a launch title for
oh yeah, that would just.
for the new Xbox.
It feels like you're bringing it into the next generation, revitalizing it.
Yeah.
Well, like,
If it was the end of the Xbox One, it
Yeah.
would feel like you're just calling it. Like, all right, it's dead.
well, like you.
Yeah.
You have these games that are like you call them console like sellers, like
Yeah.
Pokemon is
Yeah.
for like any mobile like
yeah.
Nintendo console, like Mario is, and like you see like the surge of
Yeah.
people buying. If you had it for Halo game, and Halo is one of those,
Yeah.
like one of the few for Xbox, like that, and like Gears of War.
Mhm.
Like having that as a launch title is a great way to start off.
Yeah.
Great way to get people to buy your new console.
Yeah. So if they have a Halo, this would be this would be like a dream sort of launch, and I
Mhm.
doubt this would actually happen. But if they have Halo Infinite, Gears, well, no, the next Gears game is already announced for Xbox One, I think, right?
It might be like
Yeah.
Gears 5.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, okay, that's Xbox One, but so if it was like Halo Infinite, Fable 4, whatever shit they're making with Obsidian, another Forza game,
Yeah,
and then
like they always have Forza games
yeah,
for launch.
they always have Forza. Yeah, Forza games are all over the place, but
Yeah, and then like a Ninja Theory game in
and then
there.
a Ninja
or
Theory
something.
game, yeah, if they just have
Minecraft 2.
I don't think you don't need to that's a game that doesn't need a sequel. You can just keep adding
the
shit.
Minecrafting.
You can just keep throwing shit on top of it, and it works.
They'll
you know?
probably port that over.
Yeah, that'll get ported. That'll just gets ported to everything. Minecraft's on everything.
World of
Yeah.
Warcraft 2.
That I don't think that's one of those same thing. They'll just add shit to that. I don't know why they didn't do that. Like Destiny, I don't know why they didn't do it with that, but I don't know. It seemed a little weird, but
Yeah.
yeah, that'd be fun. It'd be a cool launch. That's for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
definitely.
Yeah, that'd be cool. Xbox gearing up, looks like, for the next generation.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Yeah.
I think that does it for us on this episode 166 of the Clever and Original Podcast. Jay, if people want to find you on the social media sphere, where can they do that?
You want to come find me and tell me that my dead video game franchises are dead and they're never coming back? Come find me on Twitter at Jayden Reinhart.
Woo!
And JJ, where can people find you?
Twitter, JLarson107.
And you can find me at Kayley Misialek on Twitter. You can find us all at Clever_Original on Twitter. And as you are right now, listen to us each and every week on SoundCloud, iTunes, and other podcast services. And we'll
Good
catch
night.
you next week, guys, in episode 167.
Woo!